Right, guys, welcome back. This is the Above Average FPL podcast. My name's Adam, and as always, I'm joined by Baker. Baker, good evening. How are you, mate?
I was a bit excited, mate.
I'm on free hit, mate.
Yes, that was a man that was up for this. That was excited.
I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. You good?
I think I am. It's been a long time. Oh God!
What do you mean a long time?
I've just realised in this layout that it really looks like I've got the widest shoulders in the world now. Like I've got some kind of square. This isn't shoulder. My shoulders are here. Oh God, that's my sofa behind me. Oh
there you go.
no!
You do have a body in there somewhere. That's good to see.
That's good to see. I look like. Are you guys old enough? Ram Man from He-Man.
Well, yeah, I'm old enough for He-Man, but I never watched it.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Well,
yeah,
grinning...
a while, isn't it? When did we last pod?
Sunday.
That's a while. That's normal.
It's normal.
It's normal.
It's normal. Acting like we haven't spoken in like 2 weeks. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. And grinning like a Cheshire cat in the middle is a man that's going to help us win FPL, or at least get through Gameweek 4. Harry?
Based on how the first 3 weeks of my season have gone, I'm not sure I'm going to be that much help. But I'm just happy to be here. I unfortunately cancelled on you earlier on in the season and or in pre-season, so I'm happy to have got the call up again. So always nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
We haven't forgotten. Don't worry. We haven't forgotten.
I'm making it up.
How long before you start getting a bit nervous when you like pod every day? This is your life. Like how many weeks before you kind of need to be in a good position?
What about rank?
Yeah.
As Praz says, rank doesn't matter.
Is that true?
No. So I tweeted today
because when we turn on your videos, like there's all those shirts with those rank numbers on.
I'm gonna next year. I'm just gonna have to have the previous ones. I'm gonna have five out of 6 top 10Ks is what is gonna happen next year.
We'll get wider shirts. Like
yeah,
do you remember Jan van der Goor of Hesselink? Do you remember that one? Yeah.
I'll just get this year's one and make it really small. So I tweeted it today. So I don't really look at rank until I'm about. Well, I look at it, but I don't have targets of where I should be until 10 weeks in. But a lot of people correctly in the comments were like, with extra chips in the first half this year, that even that's quite difficult. That you could get to 10 weeks, and if you've played no chips versus everyone playing chips, then it's. But 10 weeks generally, so I'm not really worried at the moment. And it's also like, where are you in comparison to the people you compare yourself to and that you're competing with, and like overall rank at the moment. If people have got that I think are going to tend to finish high in the game are also struggling, then that makes me feel a bit better about myself.
Does that mean that you scroll the timeline and if people are doing crap, you're like, yes, and everyone that's not, you're like, I hate you. I hate you.
Anyone who's doing well, mute. anyone's doing follow. No, particularly at this point in the season, it's more about like what your team looks like and if you're happy with it. And like 10 weeks in, as I said, that's where I'll aim for. But yeah, like I'm not thrilled with how my season started, but I'm also not like that worried about it.
I think that's just the way the football's been for the first few weeks. I don't think anyone's really looked at the first 3 weeks and gone, that was a great start to the season. I think everyone's just gone, it's a bit crap. But now we're here and hopefully things will get better from here, I guess.
Let's hope.
We hope.
Let's hope Villa learn how to score a goal. That's the first start.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to worry about this week because I'm on free hit this week. Are you guys playing a chip this week?
No.
What
about you?
Holding firm. I like it. I mean, my team was, I said it on Sunday, my team was set up in a way where free hit 4 was almost an eventuality because not having Salah was a choice at the start of the year, and I felt that this was the best time, obviously, to get him in. Then he can come back out again. That's okay. I don't mind that. And in fact, like the first 3 weeks, I feel justified in that decision. I still think like this week's obviously going to be a good week, right? It's Burnley, like so it's going to be a good week. But I don't. If it'd have been slapping me with 12 pointers every week, then maybe I'd have thought, well, I've got it wrong. But even though he scored some points, I don't feel like I've got it wrong. So I'm kind of content with myself in that, which is good.
What's the current plan on chips, Harry? What's the current plan for you on chips?
My current plan is to save them all.
Is it
Yeah. Like all of them
all of them?
until after I wildcard. There's a small chance that I could free hit 6. There's a small chance that I bench boost before I wildcard. But I've got Salah, and we'll talk about him. I spent the past 2 weeks searching Ismail Assar injury into Twitter every few hours to see if any random account has tweeted about it. And while I've got him, I can't, right? So that rules out 5. Like, unless I sell him this week, which is possible, then I could go 5. But I think there'll be weeks after I wildcard that there'll be other opportunities. So yeah, I actually plan on saving them all for quite a long time. I was triple captain Haaland in 6 if I buy him potentially, but maybe not.
Yeah. I feel like I'm quite close to playing a lot of chips. Like my team lends towards, yes, I could probably quite easily bench boost in Gameweek 5. I could, get to Haaland in 2 moves, which I'll have. I suspect I'll have. We don't know, do we? Because injuries can change a lot, and that's all it requires. And suddenly your chips out the window. So I do think if the situation presents itself and you are kind of leaning towards it anyway, then that to me says, yeah, do it. But yeah, potentially free. I probably won't free hit in 6. I'll probably, if I'm going to get Haaland, I'll just get Haaland in 6 and then wild card out of it.
I'm not certain I'm going to own Haaland in 6. It feels crazy to say, but like if I'm saving the wild card, it's 2 transfers to buy him.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, I'm going to, like, those transfers feel very valuable. And when you've got a João Pedro, you've got a Gyökeres, you've got a Mateta, you've got this, that, and the other, Isak up front, I don't know. I want him for 6, but I'm not sure it's a good use of the transfers at the moment. We'll see.
Because it sounds like Wharton and Sar's short-term injuries, not long, but yeah, it is funny when I look at the game week 6 teams. Is the Haaland way is mostly just sell Salah, isn't it? And away to Palace. Do you remember that game where he came off the bench, where he didn't start Salah, and then he came off the bench at Palace and then got like 17 points in like 20 minutes.
I think everyone remembers
since
that game.
then, I think since then his records against them is not great though.
Yeah, it's just
it is captaincy in 6 is the big thing. If there was someone else that we were happy with, I think the move for Haaland would be less. I mean, let's see what Forest do, right? But there doesn't feel like anyone reliable enough to back against him.
Not to captain.
Just got to hope it. Let's say he scores twice and you captain Salah and he scores once. I'd probably take that.
Yeah.
So
interesting. So Adam, free hit.
Yeah.
How's it been?
Been relaxing because I looked at the team that I did on Sunday and I'm still pretty happy with it, to be honest. There's a couple of little tweaks that I think I might consider around Ekitike and maybe going up a little bit in midfield and making it a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2. But I think it's just trying to get the right 3 Liverpool for me. And I wonder, I'm really curious about whether I should actually have Wirtz. And it's a weird one because I think Ekitike's minutes probably will be not managed. But I don't think he's going to get the minutes that he's had in previous weeks. Isak's there, right? 100 and whatever million. He's going to be chomping at the bit to play the game. That's an absolute stone wall. If you want a game that is to warm up your star striker and get him match fit, it's Burnley, right? That's the game you play him in. It's a really low risk game in that sense, I think, for him to play him in.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if Isak starts at the weekend, and it wouldn't surprise me to see even Ekitike on the bench. And from a free hit perspective, I'm not sure I want to take that risk on players that I'm not sure about. That said, obviously, obviously, if Ekatike starts and Isak doesn't, then Ekatike's a fantastic pick, right? He really is. But Wirtz starts. I think we know that. I think we're pretty confident of that. Obviously, Salah and then Virgil.
Maybe not that confident on minutes for Wirtz, though. That is one thing. And just in general aspect on minutes is I have to remember that they play Atletico on Wednesday night.
And then they play Merseyside Derby at 12:30 on Saturday.
Yeah.
I can't see many of them starting all three of that. Apart from Salah, Virgil, Konate.
There is an argument, regardless, once the games, for example, somehow Isak starts, you get him off the pitch as soon as needed. Give him the run out, but let's see what he does Wednesday night. Similar on all of them. It's probably only Mo that just plays the minutes because he plays all the minutes. But if we know Frimpong's back, so does that mean we might see Szoboszlai, for example, on the bench? Yeah, if Szoboszlai's on the bench, Wirtz minutes.
I think the general prediction is it will be McAllister this week because of his international minutes.
Yeah, probably. Good point. But still, if he comes on, it's like who comes off, and it could be Wirtz. Yeah, there's enough guys now.
And there's Jones as well, who seems to be playing minutes in every game at the moment. So
and was excellent.
If McAllister and Jones are both not starting,
like I get it. So I get it. If you're not on free hit and you're looking to look at this fixture in isolation, almost with the fixtures coming up as well for Liverpool, obviously Everton, Palace, Chelsea, United, and say, do I want a third Liverpool asset? I think we might almost get into a place where we have that sort of City effect in our mind about like which player's going to play and which player's going to play 65 and this. I think on a free hit, you've just got to pick the guy that you think will start.
Yeah.
And I think going in for that and just be, and I think in that respect, I think Wirtz will start and I think it'll be fine. So if I get 60, and if you get 65, 70 against Burnley, I think you would hope that it would be 4-0 when he comes off, right? After an hour.
Yeah, you would.
And it's like, job done. And then it doesn't really matter if he plays 62 minutes and he's got 2 assists. He's like, fine, cool. I'm good with that. So that's kind of where I am free hit wise. I mean, like it would obviously, as I say, be more difficult if it was say a transfer that I'm looking to make, but it's trying to think. I don't know which one's going to start up front, and that's the thing that bugs me. And I feel like I'm more confident with Wirtz starting, so it might just be Wirtz and Salah and Virgil.
That's the free at the moment. Wirtz, Salah, Virgil.
Yeah, and it would mean Ekatike down to like a dead rubber. A dead rubber sort of striker because I'd have to take. Well, it's close on whether I can afford it. It's close on whether I can afford it because Ekatike down to 4.5. There are 4.5 strikers, aren't there? I think.
Yeah.
Or 4.4.
Got Marquillo at 4.4.
Yeah, there you go. So it's like 4 million there, and then Wirtz to Josh King to Wirtz, for example, is 4 million. So yeah, it should be fine.
Harry, what would your Liverpool triple up be on free hit?
Salah, Gakpo, Ekatike.
Would it?
I think I'd almost certainly go triple attack. I might go Wirtz over one of Gakpo, Ekatike, but I'd almost certainly go triple attack because I just think there's enough good defenders this week that get close to Van Dijk, but I'm not certain that I have enough attackers that I like. Like I'm seeing lots of people free hit with a back four this week, which I get from like a, predicted points, but it doesn't feel very exciting on a free hit to play a back four. So I think I'd go triple attack, I think. But I was pretty confident a few days ago that I didn't think Isak would start. Yeah. And I'm less confident on that fact now.
Did you see just like the Liverpool tweet training goal?
Yeah, there's
so
the
smooth.
whole lot.
Like it's just literally gliding around. It just looks much better than everybody else that he's playing with in those training pictures. You're like, just watch him glide, and you're like, oh yeah, he's brilliant. Oh God, he's so good.
If I had to predict, I don't think he does, but I think the chance of it of a start is definitely higher than it was.
I don't think I could resist Gakpo. That's my straight. I think we've seen numerous times last season, and the season before at the end of the time with Klopp, where when Klopp announced he was going, nobody stepped up more than Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo was like, okay, I am making sure I am in the shop window for this new manager. They're gonna want me. It turned out to be a guy that knew him pretty well, but like it was just really visible how selfish he suddenly became in that last 10 games of the season or so after the Carabao Cup final. And I think we've seen it at times last season where it was, who's going to play because they had competition. And I've seen him do it multiple times where it's like, I'm going to be a bit more selfish here. I'm not going to pass when I should. I'm going to shoot when Now, if that doesn't pay, he's off after 40, 50 minutes because he's been a dick. But I don't think I could resist. I just feel like he could go nuts.
I also think that having, and I'm going to shit on the Eredivisie here, but having played against weaker sides, he's very good at being flat track bully, right? He has that clear ability to be that guy. So, yep.
He knows when to stat pad. He fully knows when to stat pad. Yeah. Wherever I'd go, it's weird trying to apportion like 3 midfield spots in one place, isn't it? That's why that Ekitike one almost kind of works a little bit of. But
I don't think there's that good at midfielders or attackers this week. If you wanted to go Gakpo, Salah, Wirtz, I've got no problem with that.
Well, people last week did Bruno, Cunha and Bruno, and it works if you had them all. Like even with one going off after half hour, the other two did 20 points. So as long as you captain one of them, you've got 30 points from those three.
Yeah,
that's not much less than what I got from my whole team last week.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I do think I'd go triple attack. Right, what are we doing, boys?
What are we doing indeed? So, first of all, we have to say join our mini league because our mini league is up and running. The code is 1WTCH2. You can join that mini league all the way up until game week 19. And you'll get a shout out at the end of a week if you are in the top 5, basically. So be good, get a shout out. Simple as that. And we will send a prize out to someone. Well, I say to someone, the person that wins. And I think that was Bjarke last year. Bjarke joined us in the Discord as well. And, we enjoy him being there. We enjoy chatting with him. So shout out to Bjarke for last year. And shout out to everyone who's in our mini league. So 1WTCH2. Big question, Harry, are you in the mini league?
I think so.
Cool. You don't have to prove it. It's fine. I believe you.
That's good. No, I am.
You are. Good man. Good man. And so also if you wanted to continue the conversation with us, you can do so. Oh, this is terrible editing. Hold on, Adam. You can join us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Above Average FPL. You can come and join the Discord, join in the conversation. We've got last man standing games, FPL Blackjack. You can beat Baker for some fantastic Never Say Die bourbon whiskey. In fact, we haven't given them enough credit so far this season. I feel like I keep forgetting every week, but Never Say Die Bourbon have supported us for the last 2 seasons. If you are in our Discord league, our Patreon league, and you beat Baker in a given month, then you'll be in a draw for a bottle of their finest Never Say Die whiskey. And you enjoy it, Baker, don't you?
I do enjoy it. David will enjoy it, who won it for this month, but I haven't sent it yet because I am useless at postage, which is why Adam does all the postage. But it will be being sent tomorrow. So hopefully you'll enjoy it this weekend.
Fantastic. And apparently right now in the chat in the Discord about Baker's 80 shoulder pads is amazing. So I haven't got Discord open, so I can't reveal any of that. But you can jump in and find out. And of course we have to say a big shout out to Crypto Block Dan. So if you're here and you've been here before, you'll know about Crypto Block Dan. He supported us from day one. Now, if you are grinding in the blockchain, NFTs or gaming, you know it's a wild ride. Dan's been there. He's been there since I don't want to say day one, but he's been there. He's an early adopter, and he's an investor who's turned into a founder and now an advisor in angel investing. He's led asset acquisition at Yield Guild Games, so he's in NFT gaming as well. He's chatted with hundreds of people about dodging pitfalls and trying to maximize, what you can get out of the blockchain. So he's on hubble.social/Dan Hybel, and you can book a 1-to-1 session with him for as little as $40 for 15 minutes. And that's, if you're curious, crypto curious, or if you want to scale fast, or if you just want some advice, Dan's the guy you need to go to. Hubble.social/Dan Hybel. Shout out to Dan, who's saying, go back to the 3-man view, more shoulder pads. So let's just go straight back to here.
It doesn't look. It's more when I'm like this or this. It's more like my shoulders are that wide, but they're not.
Oh, the places we go in this pod, man.
I'm getting abused.
You're getting abused. Should we just go straight into the games?
Yes.
Gladly. Okay. Shout out to Rob T, who works obviously with Solo Analytics and has provided the Gameweek 4 data, which shows from the betting markets, which shows projected goals. Or at least, it's a projected goals based on a distribution of outcomes and then the potential of a clean sheet as well. What we're looking for in this is those teams that have got potentially more than 2 goals and a clean sheet percentage of over 40. That's kind of our own sort of little benchmarks ourselves. What sticks out here apart from Liverpool good, Burnley bad?
Actually, defense. I know you said about not for the back, but it's very, 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 very rare to have 4 teams over 40%. Very rare. So Newcastle, Palace, Arsenal, and Liverpool all over 40%. It actually says to me immediately what you've said there, Harry, about triple Liverpool attack makes so much more sense because the attack is actually pretty bad. Like this is one of the lower weeks that we'll have, is here. If the second base team is 2.1 and then we are just on the cusp of 2, it does lead to, there's a reason why people are free hitting like Adam in this. It's because at 2.4, it's just such an obvious captaincy for Mo that, why wouldn't you load up on Liverpool attack and then use Newcastle, Palace and Villa for your Newcastle, Palace and Arsenal, for your defence.
What I would love to know is how different does this look this week compared to if we'd done the same matches pre-game week 1? Because like I look at some of them and I'm like, Spurs have predicted 1.6 goals against West Ham. Like that West Ham team have absolutely shipped goals. And like Villa are predicted 1.2 goals away at Everton. I just think there's going to be more goals in it than this.
Villa.
I just think there's going to be more goals in this week than that. Like and Palace, like 1.7 at home to Sunderland. I just feel like some of these should be higher. I just think there'll be more goals in it. But I think the key thing that stands out is there are some good defenses at home this week that you don't need to use one of your spots on Liverpool.
The one thing I haven't really seen much on at all is like City attack. Like I know some people are going for Haaland, but obviously he's such a big outlay in terms of your budget. It makes it very difficult to have Haaland and Salah. Like the sacrifices needed to make that work. Like Ivan did one for us on Sunday, but I still felt like there were a lot of sacrifices in places that I didn't feel comfortable with. Added to the fact that when Ivan did it, he had enough money and I was like 0.7 million short. That didn't really help me either. I don't know.
I said to you on the weekend that I like Marmoush for this free hit, but obviously he's now injured. But you then say you take Marmoush out. Who's taking the set pieces? Bernardo. Bernardo takes a fair amount of set pieces. Well, he's not an asset you're going to pick in this team. Therefore, you're like, well, who is it I'm going for here if I'm from them? Reinders look, I'm happy to have Rangers play and starting this week, but would I have Rangers on a free hit? I don't think I would. So then you're like Oscar Bob. You're straight into Oscar Bob territory, I think, because you
I
trust.
do think.
I would trust Oscar Bob to start more than I would Doku.
Who else? I mean, I think I actually think the Marmoush injury is good for Rangers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good for him. But is it good enough that you'd
Definitely.
put Rangers in your free hit?
Well, I'd put him in over Oscar Bob or Doku,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't have any of them. I don't think.
It's still a lot because you need to fork up what's that, a 19.7 for the pair, and I think there's no you can't get another combination for that price. Like if you were to go up in midfield, and if you go up in midfield and down in attack, you're going to be spending sort of 15, 16 million. Like the difference is still quite stark because you're going to be looking at Mateta and João Pedro and those kind of players instead this week.
You don't have to double up, do you? You know, but Haaland on its own, it still feels like everything's going to filter to Haaland. Like I think, especially with Marmoush out, do I expect 70% of the expected goals to sit with Haaland this week in out of Man City? Yeah, I think around about that kind of number wouldn't surprise me. Do I think we'll be sitting here Sunday night and saying, yep, over 1xG for Haaland? Yes. Do I expect it for virtually any other player in this week? Not sure I do. Not even Mo, I don't expect to get over 1xG. I expect that to be shared around enough. And also his chances don't often equate to that. But I do expect Haaland to be over 1xG. I do expect to be seeing 6 shots, 7 shots, and over 1 expected goals. If it's affordable, I'm all for it, but it's not easy to afford it, especially if you do want to go triple Liverpool attack, because none of them are cheap, are they?
No.
But he'll be 50% owned because he was 50% owned last week.
Yeah, no one's getting rid of him.
It's only going to go up.
Yeah. And anyone who's got him probably isn't free. I think if you had Haaland and didn't have Salah, you wouldn't free hit this week.
You've got a captaincy option that you're happy with, right? I think so.
You'd have to just lean in. If you owned Haaland and didn't own Salah, you don't flip it in free hit this week. You lean in and captain Haaland.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than that, from City, I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, the only reason I mentioned, Rangers and Haaland as a pair, as you say, like, where is the creativity going to come from? You feel like open play, it's all going to feed in from Rangers. So if you expect Haaland to go off, I would expect Rangers to go off. So I'm like, I want both, please, in a free hit. Yeah. So I want all of that fun. You spoke on a Forest podcast.
I did
yesterday.
They love me.
They love you.
They worship me. Our good friend Matt, he probably watches this. He watches most pods we do. Does the Forest Focus pod. Said, come on, Martin, come speak to us about the lovely world of Ange. I will tell the story that he didn't tell me that after I was talking to me, he was going to talk to a Celtic fan. So unsurprisingly, they preferred the Celtic fans' view than the Tottenham fans' view. Yeah, they didn't like me very much. But I thought I was quite positive compared to the sentiment that we see on FPL Twitter about how this plays out. Because, Adam, we haven't looked at the draft yet, but spoil the party. How many Arsenal players are in your draft?
2.
Attacking or defensive?
Attacking. Attacking, like straight up target, just straight up target them.
I honestly think FPL Twitter thinks Forest are going to get relegated at this stage.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Dan Banks has just pointed out that I should have worn the shoulder pads on the pod. That would have been it. They wouldn't have started on me then. They'd have thought, bloody hell. I'm not saying bad things about him.
I mean, it's a good week. I think it's a good week to sort of lean into Arsenal players from a free hit perspective. The next couple of games after this for 5 and 6 are obviously a bit stinky before it obviously gets a lot better in game week 7. I still believe that Eze will start the game. I think they need to introduce him into that 11 as soon as possible and get the best out of him. So I expect him to start this week, and I've paired him up with Gyökeres at the moment still.
Yeah. I mean, they also we talked about Liverpool with a big week ahead with Atletico and Everton, but even bigger is the fact that they're playing at 5:45 in Bilbao on Tuesday. So they have the shortest turnaround, and they're away from home on Tuesday night. So that's my only thing with Eze. I said to you the other night, I think you should go Eze because one is we saw him. I mean, poor Ange. That's why we'll feel for him. We saw Milenkovic against was it against Watkins or against Kane? It was against Kane, wasn't it? He did it where high line got absolutely skinned by Kane, who's not the quickest man on earth, but absolutely rinsed him and had to take him out and get sent off. And in the same night, Ole Einer's done his hamstring, so he's gone. I literally said on that pod, I think Milenkovic might be okay as long as Einer tucks in and just helps him out at all times. Without him, I was thinking, oh, well, they'll put Nico over there and they'll put Zinchenko at left back, but they can't do that either because Zinchenko's playing his parent club.
Yeah.
So
they have so many players. Surely they have someone else though.
I think, well, I don't know, that Morato, is he still there? I suspect they'll play. I reckon
he
that
might be the worst defender I've ever had to watch.
I reckon
every time he comes on the pitch, they concede goals and they get so much worse.
Left-sided centre-back, though, isn't he? They'll do the Igor Jesus, where it's from Brighton, where it's an absolute disaster, and just stick him at left-back, which is what I was saying is maybe Madueke's the pick.
Yeah.
I think Madueke's minutes are much more secure out of all the wingers.
That's probably true. Yeah, that's probably true.
Because he's already playing.
Yeah. Scores in midweek, scores for England as well. Confidence is high. You can build any narrative into that you want.
I mean, you've seen him. You've seen him at Chelsea. Like we've all captained Palmer and watched Madueke take 7 shots and hated the hell out of him. Like as he's like we're talking about flat track bullies. Madueke is like, I'm not passing to no one here. And nobody owns Madueke. Like I think he's definitely one that I'd be like, interesting. Like Ivan, our friend on the pod last week, was talking about Barnes for a similar reason of this is a guy that could brace against it. Madueke could do that.
He's $500,000 cheaper than Eze as well. That's quite a lot. Cheaper. Yeah, that's quite a lot.
It's worth thinking about.
Yeah, that's one that I will pop into my notes. I don't have any notes, but you know what I mean.
Nikolai in the chat says Jaya Cunha. Oh yeah, they've got that young Cunha, the young one.
So I've just been Googling they have a guy called Nicolo Savona who can play right back. But apart from that, they have about 8 centre backs.
Yeah.
Has Ange ever played a back 5?
He played about a back 9 for about the last 10 games of the season last season for us. We lost every game. So
it could still be Williams at left back.
It could still be Williams.
NJ in the chat saying Savona is a natural right back.
Even that I don't mind though, because Madueke could just go outside him. Yeah. You don't like he's Madueke is not a guy to play an inverted fullback against.
Yeah, and then it's Peter Tisdale saying Dowman probably comes on 60, 70. Yeah, I know, but at the same time, like Eze's, like Martinelli's just there, right? So they've all got, they've got a squad, right? So they will use it.
I'm gonna go and put Williams last on my bench.
yeah. Murillo's way.
He's going below Electric Steve.
I've got a bandages up road on well ahead of Murillo on my bench at the moment.
Yeah.
Leeds keeper got injured this week, Perry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a bit rubbish so far from all reports of their fans. And I did see that feeling seems to be that Meslier might come straight in rather than Darlow.
Didn't Farkas say that Darlow was playing?
Did he?
I thought Farkas. Yeah, I think it was reported that Farkas said that Darlow was coming in.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he said he was coming in.
So
So you got 4 mil keeper.
But the fact is, you've got. Let's forget. You've got Cole Darlow is as a Premier League keeper, and Cole Darlow's absolutely terrible, like one of the worst keepers there's ever been. So is there a Fulham asset?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kevin.
King.
Straight in with Kevin on his home debut. Who's ever been able to put a man whose singular name is Kevin into their team? We've all wanted to. What price is Kevin? He's looking what price it is.
There's just no one at Fulham really that, because they've got so many players that if one of them suddenly missed out, you just wouldn't be surprised. This is the issue. He's 6 million.
Yeah.
But it is, you're looking at Arsenal, you're probably going between Palace, Newcastle, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and maybe Semenyo.
So who would you pick? From? I'm interested about Newcastle because I haven't considered any Newcastle players apart from Wissa.
I would defensively double up 1,000,000%. Livramento would be an absolute lock in it because potentially you never know, they might just have decided to play wing backs and he's playing right wing back against Wolves, and if they don't, he's playing regardless. Like, he's just really good. So Share can get a banger. If I had the money and could do it, I'd mess
Share
around.
on pens.
Share could be on pens with Gordon out.
But every time we free hit, Newcastle have a plum home fixture, and we always say Share could be on pens.
But no Gordon, no Isak. I think Share is on pens. It's going to be Share or Bruno.
Or Wissa.
I think Bruno would. Yeah.
or Wissa's just going to come on and play and take them.
I think Bruno would take them personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good, Bruno. So it's getting the same.
But I'd go probably a defensive Newcastle. You're probably going double Palace, Chelsea, City, triple Liverpool, triple Arsenal.
I think Mateta's the only attacking option now for Palace in there. So therefore, I personally, I would try and double up on Palace and Newcastle defence and have double. So maybe it's Pope and Livramento and Munoz and Lacroix. That would be.
Then probably. What? Triple Liverpool attack, triple Arsenal attack, and one more.
Yeah, and that one more, I think, yes, you could do Rangers. That is there. Yes, you could try and find someone from Fulham. Yes, you've got Semenyo staring at you because he's doing ridiculous. Or you come to our world of the biased Tottenham fans and you take the punt on Xavi Simons.
No, you put João Pedro in, I think.
Or João Pedro. Hold on. Have you got enough striker spots?
Yeah, because you'd go Ekitike and you'd go Gyökeres. Oh, no, and Mateta. So no, maybe you wouldn't. Interesting.
Is João Pedro a better option this week than Ekitike?
I mean, he's also come back from Brazil, right?
How many minutes? 30 minutes. He only played half an hour in the second game, though.
That's fine. He still flew back.
I'm sure he was, struggling in those first class.
First class, yeah, I'd imagine.
If you want Ekitike, then you just go Semenyo, don't you? Or you go Enzo. Or you go Xavi Simons. But it's that last spot. It depends how aggressive you want to be on a free hit, right? Because everyone, 70% not on free hit have got Semenyo or João Pedro in their team.
Yeah.
Definitely feels like a pick to cover yourself to sort of defend against people rather than trying to attack it. I mean,
it's just about the points ultimately, especially this time of the season. It's just about the points. In my view, is I don't think it's really like playing the numbers on the ownership games and so forth, because who knows where everybody is going to be, and going forward. But we do know that Pedro's the most owned player really now, and rightly so. Like, he is pretty pivotal to the attack. I've got a Chelsea fan right here, and I just think his share of that 1.81 is probably bigger than Ekatike's.
Yeah.
But if you ask me which one do I think is more likely to score a hat-trick, I'd say Ekatike.
Yeah.
And that's the game of FPL.
I think I would go Ekatike, Gyökeres, Mateta, and I'd do something different in midfield.
Yeah, I agree.
It's amazing. There's not a lot. There's not a load of people free hitting. So when we did a poll on Sunday, and like 25% of people were on wildcard, and like 17% of people were free hitting, and yet we're sitting here and actually we're struggling to actually get all the players that we probably want into a free hit. Like, that's how good the options appear to be this week.
Also, though, that partially that's because the teams that you want them from are expensive, which is one of the things you want on free hit. You want the good teams to be the teams to get on free hit. But if you've got no cheapies versus fodder this week, so therefore that does make everyone quite expensive, a bit more expensive than what you'd normally want.
The other option you have, of course, is Palmer. He doesn't look like he's in training photos yesterday or today, so I'm not sure you could take the risk. But it's probably worth mentioning that if he was available, you'd go him, right, and then you'd go Ekatike, Gyökeres, Mateta with Palmer in midfield. But it looks unlikely that you'll be able to take the risk in doing that.
I don't think you can do that. And you must have Chelsea. You must have Europe next week as well.
You've got Bayern Munich away.
No chance.
And then Man United away at 5:30 on Saturday.
Nah, you can't. I mean, that in itself,
it's a rough week for us.
That might actually mean that almost would lead me even more to Ekatike, because if Chelsea are in a position to take João Pedro off, they will.
Yep.
Because he's your only striker right now. Who would come on for him?
Guiu.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
But I you laugh, but I don't think it's out of the question that he starts on Saturday.
Guiu.
Yeah. Because if Palmer's out, we don't have a striker.
Stay with Guiu. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't. So you're saying we should put Guiu maybe first up? You're putting Guiu above Forest defender this week.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
It's a good point. I hadn't thought about it. That's a good point. I will do that. We better get to the teams.
We should get to the teams.
Harry, we're going to copy you. So if you tell us what your team is and tell us what you're doing, and then we'll just say the same moves, except Adam will do a few more.
There you go, Harry. It's your team.
Oh. So I've got one transfer, and I mean, it doesn't look that great. Like, I have considered playing my free hit this week, but I'm not going to, basically. Sanchez in goal, Pedro Porro, currently Agbadu, and then Anderson, Rogers, Salah, Bruno, Reinders, Ismail Assar, yellow flagged, João Pedro and Watkins, Chris Wood, Williams, Dubravka and Esteve on the bench. I'm almost certain I'm going to make a defensive transfer before the Sarr transfer. And I think I'm going to buy Senesi. I think that's the most likely thing that I do.
Okay.
I
can do Williams to Munoz, but
Andy Mack has just said, "Don't say you're buying Senesi, please." Sorry, carry on.
Because I feel like I've been hit over the past couple of weeks, both with the Palmer injury and then with the Sarr one this week, that I haven't really had the depth that I wanted to deal with it. And I feel like we spent all the preseason saying, oh, if you just invest the extra 0.5 in your defense to get a nice DEFCON defender, then you'll have such good depth and you won't have to deal with these things. And then it got to the deadline and we all wanted these expensive players. So we all suddenly took money out of our defense. And so I'm wondering about doing a Stev up to Senesi.
Okay.
To bench Agbadu. If Sar's out, I might just play Wood. I have considered taking a hit to go Illiman and Dye or Paqueta there. I can also do Williams to Senesi and do Sarr to Semenyo. It gets me the money I need if I'm fed up with Forest. But I'm just not sure in any world taking a hit to bench Chris Wood is that sensible when I don't feel completely in love with any of the replacements. And it doesn't sound like from the tweet today from James from Sky, I mean, said that the Sarr injury doesn't look as bad as first feared. I mean, that still could be 6 weeks, which would still be a sell.
Yeah. So he's basically said that he'll miss Sunderland.
And it's not 8 weeks.
And it's not 8 weeks.
Yep. So
anything in between?
I think if he was back before the international break, I'd keep him. I think is where I'm at. Because next week, I have 4. I'll play a back 4 quite happily.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got your 2 Forest. There's 2 extra players on what this team is next week.
Yeah. And like Anderson has Brentford at home. Agbadu is Leeds at home. Porro is Brighton. And Senesi then would have Newcastle at home. So I can play back 4. And then in game week 6, Sar's got Liverpool. So I didn't play him that week anyway. So if he's back for 7, it's only really this week that I massively need him. And I think I just play Chris Wood. So as boring as it sounds, a Stev to Senesi is my most likely, unless Sar was ruled out for like 6 weeks. And then even though Chris Wood is probably better than taking a hit, I probably would just do it because I'd want the transfers in the next few weeks. How do you feel on Senesi versus a Chris Richards as an example?
I mean, I own Chris Richards, and if you offered me the chance of swapping him this week for free with an extra transfer to Senesi, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I think my mind is that I think Senesi is better than the Palace 4-5s, but I think Lacroix and Munoz are better than Senesi.
I agree. I think that you look at this, and my immediate view was, are you just going to bung Agbadu off to Lacroix? Like that was my immediate thought. It's the guy that's in there, you change him over. But if Sar's not back again next week, like all the time you're now using that one transfer that you've got, and you've still got a guy that might not be back, it's hard for you to then get yourself back in front again, isn't it?
Which I feel like is what the Senesi move, and like Agbadu and
Senesi does get you more rounded going forward, gives you the opportunity to, if Sarr is out another week, gives you a bit more of a chance to absorb it.
And like Wolves have been really bad, but like he's played City, Bournemouth, and a reinvigorated Everton side. And now I'm suddenly going to sell him before he goes into Leeds at home, Brighton at home, Sunderland away, Burnley at home. So, yeah, I think that just gives me that buffer. Roll in 5 and then have 2 transfers for 6 if I want to buy Haaland.
Yep. I think it makes sense.
Then one final question. I feel like I've spent 2 weeks looking at Sarr replacements. I think it will be Ndai or Paqueta. Any strong thoughts on them?
Well, let's go my team, because I've got the same game for midfield, so we can because we're going to be in the same game of midfielders, for an extent. So rather than repeat a conversation with it, so I'm going to play Sells at Arsenal. Can't wait. Hopefully I'll get 3 points from a save, maybe, or many saves. Fine with the defenders: Anderson, Richards, and Porro. Rogers, Cunha, Wirtz, Reinders, Salah, Watkins, João Pedro. Benches: Rodon, Murillo, Guiu. I'll probably move Guiu further forward. Stash Murillo as far away as I can. I've got 2 free transfers. I've got 2.3 million. So I've got money. At the start of my plan, when I made that Cunha move was, hey, what I'm going to do here is do Cunha to Semenyo, and I'll do Guiu to Mateta, and I'll bench Rodgers this week, and that would mean I was in a really good position to bench boost next week, where the bench it would have been Rangers away at Arsenal, and Phillips and Rodon, who have both got decent games away from home, and they could get DEFCON. And if one of them gets a clean, you're laughing. So my original plan was to do that. I've been priced out of that now. Can't do it. 0.1. So if I still want Mateta, then I have to go less than that 7.4 million, and I have to look at midfielders in a slightly cheaper range.
Yeah.
And it's interesting about you said about Njai, because I've not thought about Njai at all. My view was Paqueta's the cheap end of the stick. Grealish is somewhere in the middle, and actually Xavi Simons is the kind of wild card perspective for it. The full Tottenham, there's full Tottenham bias, but there's a few other things with Xavi Simons that I like. I'm almost certain he will play centrally. Everything we've seen in the training videos is very much inside. He's not out there. Some very nice little sound bites of Matt Wells telling them, just do what you like, mate. Like, just literally free roll, do what you like. And there's clearly a lot of creative work. Interestingly, he takes quite a few shots. Every single shot he takes is absolutely terrible in all the training videos. Every single one of them is terrible. But this is a guy that potentially, in my view, could be quite similar to Bruno in what we see from him. He averaged incredible, like six recoveries a game, average, last season. So that's pretty similar to what we see from Bruno. It wouldn't surprise me if he did hit DEFCON occasionally with Xavi Simons. I think he'll take all of our set pieces. I think he'll take them off everybody. He's a man that just likes the ball. So I think he's got great all-round chance for points, but it's a very similar game to what we've just talked about. It's a guy that's never played for Tottenham, and then we've got Europe midweek.
Yeah.
It's
I feel
what are your limits?
I feel like I want to buy someone that's not in Europe. I've got so many players that I've got to worry about twice a week.
And to get to, if I bring Simons in and start him, I'll then bench Rodgers. And I'm like, I know Rodgers is going to play the minutes. I know he's going to play the minutes. Like, are they really that different a player other than Simons will take some, we inquired about Rodgers and was told like 120 million quid.
Yeah.
So we bought Simons for 60, and now I'm saying I'm going to buy Simons so I can bench Rodgers. And away at Everton, I don't think there's much difference between away at Everton and away at West Ham in terms of fixtures.
No.
Now on free hit, if I'm Adam, would you get Rodgers or would you get Simons? I'd 1,000,000% get Simons. But would you use a transfer to get him in to bench Rodgers? And that's the bit that I'm struggling with. And it comes down to a little bit for me how much I want Mateta. Like, do I really want Mateta? Because as soon as you said it. I don't know if I'd want to play him against Liverpool anyway. And you're like, well, if I got Haaland, I'd probably. I've looked at it and I was like, if I got Haaland in 6, would I take Mateta out against Liverpool, or would I take Watkins out home to Fulham? I'll probably take Mateta out, and then I'm like, do I even need Mateta? Yeah. So to answer your thing around the midfielders, I hadn't considered in the Menenjai.
I think Ndai is better than Grealish.
I think I probably should have considered it a bit more than I have. I've literally gone Semenyo, Simons, Grealish, and gone, I'd rather pay the extra 0.3 million for Simons over Grealish, but would I rather save a little bit? And what's it? Sunjai 6.6?
6.5 still.
6.5 still.
Yeah.
It's just next week. You then also just have a game away at Liverpool, and you're like,
And the issue is if you've got Reinders, you've got him away at Arsenal.
yeah. So my bench boost is dead.
Yeah. I mean, you play back 4 next week. Looking at your team.
Yeah.
Potentially. Bench and die.
When what I want to do is play all 15.
Yeah. And suddenly you're playing a back 4. Yeah.
Adam, what do you think?
Do you think Simmons will be on pens?
I don't think Simmons will
7
be on
out.
pens.
Who do you think will take them?
I still think Richarlison will take him, to be honest.
He's not taking them, is he? But
He's not
don't really get any
taken
pens.
one, so that because we haven't had one when he's been on the pitch, so that doesn't help in sort of deciding who's going to take him. But
yeah,
yeah,
I don't think it. I don't think it'd be. I would. Yeah, like you say, I would expect Richarlison to. I think it'd be very hard to get the ball out of his hands.
Fine.
Yeah. And we don't know. Was Solanke confirmed out? Like, is he confirmed out this week?
Yeah,
Obviously, he was out last week, wasn't he? But
He's out somewhere between a week and 2 months by the sounds of it.
God, it's just the lack of information is so annoying.
Yeah. He seems a problem. I
don't know. It's a difficult decision for me to sort of on your team in terms of who I would have in there. I don't know. I still don't yet enjoy watching Everton enough to say that I'd want to go in there. And so when you say players like Ndai, I'm just like, well, I just feel like there's better players I'd rather have. And
so do I just go Semenyo? So do I just do Cunha to Semenyo and roll the other one and not get Mateta?
Yeah.
Is that the easy move?
I would definitely only use one transfer here.
Just use one transfer, go Cunha to Semenyo. I'd still have a couple of million. I'd have more than a couple of million. I'd have 3 million in the bank. Because let's just say Strand Larsen's back. Next week, Strand Larsen's home to Leeds.
Yeah.
If I really want a bench boost next week, then I'd actually have more money by doing that. See, at the moment, obviously, I would use all my money on Mateta up there, but I'd have more money. I've looked at it, and if I did Cunha to Semenyo, next week, I would do Guiu to Strand Larsen and bench boost. Then the next week after that, I'd have 2 free transfers. I could then, at that point, do even just do Strand Larsen straight up, just take him as a 1 week punt and go straight Strand Larsen all the way up to Haaland, and I'd have about 7.5 million for a midfielder in Salah's place. If I want to just do it and then get out, there's quite a few options.
Spurs have Wolves that week. Spurs have Wolves. So if Simons hits the ground running, then he's just like there.
I could do it then.
Just looking at the Everton fixtures, like I think I've just looked at it and thought, oh, they're not bad. But Villa at home, like, okay, they've not been great, but it's not fantastic. Liverpool away, then West Ham at home is good. Then Palace, City away, Spurs at home. It's not great.
It's not ideal.
Apart from that West Ham fixture, their 3 home games are Villa, Palace, Spurs, and then West Ham, and they go away to Liverpool and City.
I think Simons is still there. Is what is my feeling on it. I think that if I got to next week, like I've said loads of times, you don't have to be the first guy on, and this is literally the epitome of first guy on. In this now, Adam can be first guy on because he's on free hit.
I was going to say that's really why I'm so hot on it, because I have said that I'm not comfortable bringing in Simons if I had to transfer him in, but free hit feels like the perfect opportunity to get him when no one else has got him, and if he does have one of those games, like, you just get all of the points, and it's fun.
By that first home game, home to Wolves, you're like, I like that.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah, I like Cunha to Semenyo.
Is it the sensible move, you see? Is that what I should do?
I mean, you want Semenyo, right?
I want Semenyo. I literally talked ad nauseum about in game week 4, I want Semenyo. I actually kept saying Semenyo and Sarr. I'm getting Semenyo and Sarr in 4.
Yeah.
I can't get Sarr now. I can still get Semenyo. Look, there is a slight change of things in that I felt Sarr was a better attacking option than Mateta. I'm sure you did too, Harry. That's why you got him. Now, if Sarr's not in the picture, then does it make Mateta worse, or does it just mean that Mateta will just mop up everything because nobody else can?
I think the Wharton thing is bigger than the Sarr thing, to be honest.
Sounded like he had a chance he might be back.
Yeah, if he does play, then I think it is fine. But I just think their midfield massively loses its progression when he's not in it. As much as I like Will Hughes. So it makes me slightly less worried to not own Mateta this week, but
Slightly
I
less
still think
worried,
he's a good option.
Yeah. Cunha Semenyo. Let's do that. Let's just get it done. Well, actually, should I have a check of the price check? I haven't checked price
yours
changes.
is predicted tonight.
Is he?
Yeah.
It does feel going into this game. I mean, you're going in it with potentially no Palace. Harry.
I got no Palace, no Arsenal, and 1 Liverpool. Doesn't
And
feel great.
I'm potentially going in it with Richards as my only Palace.
Also no Arsenal, and then you've got Verts.
Yeah. Raya's going up in price tonight. Raya.
That's Praz, that is.
Praz, what have you done to us?
JA has dropped us a super chat. Thank you very much. He said, is selling Konza to Senesi worth a -4?
I think it is.
Yeah, I was about to say, I just do it.
I think it is, because I think you get 2 of it back regardless. Just
I mean, look,
one guy.
I'm just going to say I am the most aggressive manager out of the 3 of us, and if these 2 are saying take it, I'm not going to turn around and say don't. It'd be stupid for me to do that.
Senesi will pay it off in DEFCONs in the next.
Paid back in DEFCON.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Baker, are you making your transfers as we speak, or are you?
I'm just looking at Cunha and seeing whether he might drop tonight.
Fair enough.
And it looks like he's going to get away with it.
No,
it says tomorrow. It says tomorrow.
As for Vicario being predicted to rise tonight.
Who's buying 2 keepers? Who's buying Vicario and Raya?
Incredible.
It's Palmer's fault. Palmer's giving everyone loads of money and everyone's spending it on nonsense keepers.
JC's in the chat saying that's not worth a hit, surely.
Sarr is in the top 10 predicted risers still. That's what we like to see.
No.
Well, he's slowly dropping now, but he's the 10th highest on progress.
Right. Let's move on.
Let's get the big boy out.
Yeah.
This is actually what we came here for.
We came here for it. Unfortunately, it's the same as everyone saw on Sunday. So if you were here on Sunday, you've seen this already. But if you weren't here on Sunday, I'll read it back out for you. So Henderson in goal, Van Dijk, Lacroix and Chalobah at the back, Salah captain, Xavi, Eze and Semenyo. Eze could be Madueke, that could be fun, and then Ekitike could come down, and then I can get Wirtz in perhaps. But up front will be Gyökeres, Mateta, and Ekitike at the moment. So I'm feeling a little bit less confident on that one. Dubravka, King, Rodon, Campbell, who cares? On the bench, doesn't really matter. Because I'll be picking players at start. So the bench is kind of just whatever it is. It's the cheapest of the cheap.
It looks really good.
I'm so surprised to see Chalobah there.
DEFCON, innit?
Yeah.
Foundations, just getting the foundations in there.
Would you, if you could afford it? Yeah, if you could afford it, would you have Munoz and Sanchez over Henderson and Chalobah? I think I would.
Well, I can if I go Ekitike to whoever and then get Madueke instead of Eze and Wirtz, then yeah, that works. Because that'll give me enough money to take Chalobah to Munoz. And then Henderson's 5 anyway, so just Sanchez is 5.
Pope.
Or Pope.
Sanchez. Pope over Sanchez.
Either or. That's probably better actually, Munoz.
I think you do really need to look out for, is Strand Larsen out this week? If Strand Larsen's out, you've got to have some Newcastle defence.
Yeah. Is everyone laughing at JC's comment? No, Senesi, I thought he was worth a hit.
If you are going to stick with this, I'm just not sure Van Dijk is... Because, like, Van Dijk to a Senesi, Anderson gets you Lacroix to Munoz, Chalobah to Cucurella, and Henderson to a 5-5. Like, you could go Raya. I just feel like
my third Liverpool. Like, I need
I would only have 2.
Yeah, I'd only have 2 Liverpool.
Gakpo.
Yeah, Simmons to Gakpo.
No, that's not happening.
Oh yeah, because otherwise, if you do TK and then actually, it's difficult.
Semenyo to Gakpo.
Semenyo to Gakpo, maybe.
I do like the Semenyo pick though. I'm a big fan of that.
I tell you what. I mean, I don't know what it is about this, but why does everybody think that none of the new signings are actually going to start for their new clubs? Have you noticed this? All these new signings, everyone's just gone, not starting. They're not starting. These clubs, they sign these players, but no, they're not starting. Like Isak, not starting. Wissa, not starting. Xavi in the chat, not starting. Come on.
Eze, not starting.
Eze, not starting. I mean, he didn't start last week, but it was against Liverpool, right? But...
Yeah, would you start a guy that's fresh and has been around the club, for example, or even around the club for a few days, but fresh? I'd still start him over a guy that's been in South America. Like when you if someone's been on a long flight, that's probably worse than I'm a really good player, but I've only been here a few days. Yeah. Isak and Wissa, I do think limited minutes because of Europe in midweek.
That's fair.
So, but you're not picking those, so that's not a worry.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a point about Isak and Wissa because they had no pre-season. I mean, I'm sure they all sat down. I'm sure they were sitting on their backsides playing FIFA for 6 weeks while everyone else was running around. They weren't in the gym doing weights, anything. No, these athletes, they were just sitting around playing the old Football Manager, getting prepped for FM26. That's what they were doing.
They're a bit chubby.
Like,
they gotta get on
come on, fine.
They've been on the Manjaro for a couple of weeks. They'll be fine by this weekend.
They're not match sharp. I get it, but these guys are literally the elite of the elite, and people are paying hundreds of millions of pounds for these guys. Like, they're fit.
Isak look pretty sharp in that training things.
Madness. Right, that's my team. That's my team. Let's move back to the 3-man view where we can see your shoulders, because this is the view that everyone wants to see anyway.
This is the view that people want. Tobo mentioned about Pape Matar Sarr scored for Senegal in the week. I fully expect Sarr to play. I expect Sarr to go back to his box-to-box role. Xavi will play in the 10. We only need one defensive midfielder. We don't need Bentancur and Polina.
There's this FIFA meme from, don't know if you know a guy called Nepenthes, he does a lot. So he's playing Ultimate Team and he goes, I'm not looking for advice on my team. And that felt like just what Adam was when he put his free hit up. He's like, this is my team and I'm not looking for advice on it. Don't tell me that Eze's not going to start. Don't tell me that Xavi Simons is not going to start.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind the conversation around Eze, one Arsenal player. I can take. Yeah, that's fine. The Xavi Simons thing is that Tottenham was so crap last week as well. It's like it's literally a player that we're dying to have in the team. We literally need that guy.
That's the difference.
And he played.
Simons.
He played against Bayern. He's match fit.
For me, the thing on Xavi Simons is that he's so important that will he get limited minutes because we literally need him to play every single game of the season, Europe, League, everything. We need him to be playing. So which I think will mean that he plays 70, 75 minutes, very similar to what Maddison played last season. But Maddison got a shitload of points playing for us. Like when he actually played, Maddison got loads and loads of points.
Yeah.
We
have another super chat.
Yeah.
The house is one to pick from Semenyo, Xavi, Rogers, or Gakpo. Wildcard game week 8.
If I was doing a transfer this week to get through to that, I'd do Semenyo.
Yep. It's close between him and Gakpo, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch Rogers, and I think it's too early for a transfer for Xavi.
Hey, I've still got a Liverpool spot. Like, should I be thinking Gakpo instead of Semenyo for my Cunha move?
You've just said you go Semenyo over Gakpo, so no. Literally just said it.
I did say it, but
like
I hadn't
10
even
seconds ago.
it. I know.
Are you on free hit? Are you free hit 6 or no?
I'm easy. I'm fluent. I'm fluid. Fluent. I'm not fluent. Very fluid. I'm probably not.
I'd go Semenyo.
Yeah, I'll go Semenyo.
Cool. I think we're there.
I think we're there.
We have got currently 1,015 people watching. This is the power of you, Harry. The power of you. We love it. And so thank you to everyone who's joined us. My stream says, oh, pleasure, mate. My stream says 186 likes, although somebody said we had over 200 already. So, I mean, look, if you're here and you want to click the button, click the button. We would much appreciate it.
Just outrageous. Is everything okay? Everything okay, Adam?
Who's that?
JC, is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's okay, mate. Everything. We'll chat in Discord later. No, thank you again, Harry, for coming along. Game week 4 is going to be a fun one. I'm hoping that my guys get all the points. That's really what I'm hoping.
It's supercharged as well, isn't it? It's in the it's just Saturday, just Sunday, no Friday game, no Monday game. Boom, boom. Sunday night we're done. And then we're back. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back over all these chats because people aren't going to delete them, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to note all the people that said that certain players weren't going to start, and then when they do start at the weekend, they're going to come back and I'm going to list these people out.
I don't
need advice on my team.
I'm not looking for advice on my team.
Oh, amazing. Right, guys, thank you as always. Make sure you drop a like on the video. If you want to see more, make sure you hit subscribe. Come follow us wherever on the socials. Everyone knows Harry anyway. Join us for more conversations on Discord, and we'll speak to you again on Sunday.
See you on the weekend, boys.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.